So the reason why gambling is on my mind is because today is Wednesday. It's only been 3 days since I came back from my recent vacation. And some of the things that happened on that vacation kind of really made me see just how addictive gambling can be just in general. How my friends actually have some real issues that they should probably sort out before they lose all their money. And it kind of makes me think about the whole like behavioral change that like kind of that gambling mindset kind of insinuates a little bit. And if that makes sense, basically, like it's on my mind because this is something that I have just seen, like I've observed, I've experienced in recent times in my life. So I'm dedicating an episode just trying to talk about it, just trying to give a little PSA, if you will, a little trying to talk about why it's bad and again maybe the good and bad of it. But it kind of starts with the vacation, right? We went to a casino. Me and my friends went to a casino. My idea was I bring $100, right? I would go gamble it, expect to lose it because that's what happened. I went and I lost it. But you're not going to put any more down, right? My friends, they come in, they start with 100. They lose their 100. Then they put another 100 down. They'll lose the 100 again. Then they put another 100 down. And then they lose it again. One of them got lucky because he ended up making it back. He put 100, lost it, put 100, lost it, put another 100, then made back pretty much all that he put in total. I lost my 100, and another guy lost his 200. And he himself was like he had a good hand or whatever the situation was. He was like he was like maybe I want to capitalize on the fact that they switched the dealer or whatever situation. He was like, I shouldn't have put the 100 down. Even he told me that. But really, from that point onward, for the rest of the trip, it was just like I saw the shift in their mindset. All they could really think about was like to gamble. So then they would open up their betting app and they'd play poker. Or they'd bet on their betting apps. We played poker in our Airbnb. Like it wasn't money, but we were still like that gambling type of thing. Even when we woke up the next morning, they were like, "Oh, let's go to the casino again," and like we eventually didn't, thankfully. But like for a period, like that was all that they would think about, and that makes me think like, wow, I just observed like the difference between before we went to the casino and after. Before we went, it was kind of all right. Like they were kind of themselves a little bit. When we were there, we just kind of became completely different people, right? And it was like, whoa, that's just like it hit me hard. It was like, what the hell? Like that's how gambling can be addictive, and that's kind of the definition of an addiction. It's you only want to do that thing and you're not thinking about anything else, and you would give up everything to go and do that thing always indefinitely, right? Without stopping. That's gambling, right? And before you know it, you've lost all your money, right? The problem with gambling is you win one time and it makes you think that you're going to win every single time. My friend actually won some money that helped pay for our Airbnb doing gambling, right? So the problem is that type of a win justifies you continuing to go. And even if over the long run the casino, the house will always win, right? You get that one moment for yourself, like it makes you it makes you just want to come back for more. And probably that's how they get you. They starve you of the win, and then maybe they give you one small thing, and then they'll continue to starve you of the win over a long period of time. If you're consistently gambling, going to the casino, going on betting apps, all that kind of stuff, like like it's the win that kind of fuels it. It fuels the fire. And you get there and it's just like the rush that comes from just gambling, right? It's like you're putting it down, you're risking it all, right? And it's like the thrill that comes from it. And yes, because of the hope that, oh, you risk it all and then all of a sudden you win it all, right? And you double your money or whatever it is. Or you risk it all and you lose it all, right? That's kind of what you're doing. You have the chance to lose everything, but you also have the chance to gain everything. And that is how gambling becomes so addictive, because it is just that thrill seeking, it is that risk taking, and it's the rush, the adrenaline you kind of get from that. So when you're addicted, I kind of saw how the addiction could spiral out of control because my friends would just keep betting more money than they should have at the casino. I had another moment with another friend where he literally went to the ATM and took out another couple $100, spent his whole paycheck, lost it all, right? He spent his entire paycheck, like $600, lost it all at the casino. He just kept taking it out. He has a real problem. But even the guys I went on the trip with, it's like they should probably be keeping it in check. Like, the best way to do casino, in my opinion, the best way to do any type of gambling is have a set amount of money that you expect to lose, right? For me, it was $100, and I think I did well. Even I was kind of like, ooh, should I take out another 50 from my wallet for a second? And I was like, no. Like, let's not do that, right? Let's not do anything we regret. That's just because I understand how bad it is. I'm responsible in the moment. That's probably the best way. Take out a set amount of money, expect to lose it, know that you're okay with losing it, and don't touch anything else. And then if you lose it, you lose it. But you had a fun time, and that's the point of it. But if you win, then that's a bonus. And that's all it is. It's not the reason why you go there. It is the bonus. You go there because you just want to have a little bit of fun. You want to just kind of feel that rush a little bit. But if you lose it all, and you just like, oh, then you decide to put more in. You put more in, you got to win it back, and all of a sudden you've lost all your money, right? It can happen very, very quickly. We spend a lot of time at blackjack. It literally is like 2 minutes, and you've lost everything. You've lost all the money you put in to it, right? You give the freaking dealer the money, they shove it down the damn thing. You're never gonna see it again, right? To me, that's like, whoa. Like when I saw that for the first time, like them literally just, they get it, they shove it down, and you don't see your money ever again. You have the chips, and basically it's like you either lose everything or you get super lucky and you win it back, and then you can go collect your money again, right? But it's like, that was a little bit eye-opening. That's like, ooh, it's like, yeah, you're just throwing, people just come in, throw away hundreds, like not my friends, but some other guy I watch come in, and like, this happened quite a few times. Like, this is a pretty regular thing because that is the whole nature of gambling at the casino. Guy comes in, puts $350, like a couple $100 bills and a 50. $350 just straight up down the drain, right? And then 3 hands later, he's lost it all. He put it all down and he lost all of it because, like, and then he just kind of walks away. He's like, all right, well, like, it's that one clip. Like, that clip from that show, I know, is it The Simpsons, where it's like he put all of his money on 32 or something like that on roulette, and it's like he wins $1.6 billion or something like that, and he's like, let it ride, right? You know that clip? It's a funny clip. And then basically, like, he loses it all, but then, like, he's not even mad at it. He was just kind of like indifferent, like numb, really. He was just kind of like the dopamine. It was like, that felt good, right? Because it's like he was gambling, the rush. He had the rush and the adrenaline. He didn't even realize that he lost $1.6 billion, right? Because of him just continuing to put it down. But obviously that's an exaggerated situation, obviously, because it's a show. It's supposed to be funny. But it's not too dissimilar. It's not too dissimilar from the type of mindset that you kind of have when you start going, especially if you don't have control over it. You can very easily say, oh, I'm going to put this amount down, and then very, very quickly you end up taking out your wallet, putting more down. When you lose, you end up just continuing to go. You need to have, when you're going, I think it's just best probably to just avoid it in general. It's like, that's my personal preference. Of course, obviously, when I think about godly values, when I think about the Christian values that I live my life by, it's like, it just kind of makes sense to avoid it in general. But if you're going to go, because yeah, it's fun, it's a fun time, like you spend time with friends, like even I put my own money down for a little bit, you need to have a set amount of money and you need to take control over it. And you don't want to be going to the ATM at all, right? You have to have control, right? It's very, very easy, right? You say you're going to have a set amount of money, and then all of a sudden you lose it all and you want to keep going, right? So you go and you waste even more money. It's like, if you go to the casino and and you have $200 and in 5 minutes you lose it all, you should just walk out. You shouldn't be even thinking, oh, I got to win it back, right? You should just be like, all right, well, it wasn't my day, right? It'll happen. But the problem is, it's designed so that doesn't, like, that's not going to be the case, right? That you are going to go to the ATM. You are going to take out more money and try to win again. You want to stay in there for at least a couple hours, gambling your life savings away. And if you're not careful, before you know it, you've lost way more than you actually could have afforded to lose, right? So it's very, very quick, and we all know, like, that it is a scam. Like, it is rigged for the dealer, it is rigged for the house, it is rigged for the people running it, and online on betting apps, it's even worse. The odds are even more stacked against you. So So the odds of you winning are very rare. And maybe you get that one win and that one thing maybe fuels that fire. And that's the problem, because it's like it just kind of compounds, where it's like, okay, you won one time, but then you lost another five times, and then you're kind of actually in a deficit, but you don't even really realize it because you're so focused. Oh yeah, I turned $100 into $800 this one time, and it was a crazy run, to the point where, like, I even have my friends, they show up and they rationalize when we go to the casino, when we played and when we lost all of it. They were even like, oh, this never happens. This is like very rare. Like, usually you kind of are at least a little bit competitive. And then I'm kind of over here thinking like, no, I honestly think that that's cope. I think this is really the more realistic thing, that you go there, you lose your money pretty quickly, and that you don't win it all back. My friend got lucky; he won some of it back. He didn't win all of it back. I think that's just cope, my opinion. It's like, and then after that, I saw just how they were. That was all they were really thinking about. It's like they just couldn't put it away. They just couldn't distance themselves from it. Once they were exposed, even for a little bit, to that rush, they couldn't distance themselves from it, and that's like a proper addiction. And I saw that in them, and I'm like, ooh. And I even saw when I was like, I even just for a second before I nipped it in the butt in myself, where I'm like, damn, like this can be intense. You lost all your money, and the urge to just go and give more money to the dealer, have them shove it down and just disappear, right? It's a big urge. It's a big urge to do that. And it's like, whoa, you really have to have control. You have to have self control. And if you don't have the control, it's very easy to fall off. It's easy to fall off the wagon. It's very easy to just blink and you've wasted hundreds of dollars. And in extreme cases, right, people have serious issues where they waste even more of their money. If you can keep it in check, and if you know that you're responsible in the way you do it, it can be a nice fun thing. It can be a nice fun night out with friends. If you go to the casino, you go gambling, or it can be a nice fun thing where you're betting on apps or whatever. I'd actually say probably like apps, just get rid of them. Don't even try to bet online. It's even worse. It's even more rigged against you. But if you're gonna go casino, if you're gonna go actually do it, if you're gonna actually do it, like like in person, I think it's possible to just go have fun, have a set amount of money. It's just like you're paying $100 or $200 for an experience. And I think if you're going into it with that kind of a mindset, and you know you're responsible and you know what things you're about to be facing, you can have a good time. And I think it's a good thing. But you have to be very careful, because it's very easy to fall into that addictive behavior, that addictive mindset, that just wanting more, that feeling the rush, wanting the win, seeking it, and then wasting all your money doing it, right? So you need to be careful. You need to be weary of it, and it's a real thing. Like, it's a real problem. It's a real addiction, and it is specifically designed to keep you there for as long as possible. It is designed to keep you losing your money, giving your money to the house, to the casino, right? It's like, I'm just kind of going to end it off on this. It's like, as I already said, it's designed for them to win. In the short term, you might have gotten that one win where you 10x your money one time, but in the long run, if you're consistently going, you'll be losing just in increments, to the point where eventually, like, they always end up kind of taking your money, right? And that's the case, right? It can be a fun time. It can be you just paying for an experience. You lost the money. If you get something cool, it's a bonus, but you're not expecting to get it. But when you go in expecting to get the revenue, get the returns, that is also like the biggest trap. And my friends kind of have that type of a thing where it's like, all right, we're going to the casino, we're gonna double our money, we're gonna 10x our money, we're gonna have a generational run, and it's like, oh boy, right? I'm over here like, in reality, like, no, that's not gonna happen. Like, to be fair, like, it happens one time, and that's the problem. It happens one time, and then it kind of in your mind justifies it. It's like, oh, you can do this. It's possible. But then that's how they feed off of you. That's how the industry and how it always feeds off of you, because you'll just constantly be going back and just giving your money, wasting your money away, looking for that win again. And that is the cycle of gambling. That's the cycle of being at the casino, and that is the trap, really. That is really there. And it's very tough, right? It's very tough because it's a behavioral addiction, right? Some addictions, it's like you put something in your body and you feel it and you get addictive, and if you stop taking that thing, you feel actual real withdrawals and sweating and nausea and all that kind of stuff. With gambling, it's like, it's weird, right? It's in the category of very big bad addictions, but it's like you're not taking anything. It is truly just a behavioral thing. You're feeling that rush, and it's kind of a feeling like nothing else, really. That, like, really, you're taking the risk, you're risking it all, and it all happens so quickly. You either win it all or you lose it all so quickly. And it's like, well, yeah, no wonder why it becomes something that just kind of leaves an imprint on your brain for a little bit, where you're just, oh, that's all you're thinking about. That's kind of what I saw in my friends. It became that was all that they were thinking about, even post leaving the casino. And it's a problem. I think they have a problem. I think they have to really stop it. And if it were me, I would not really be dealing with that, right? I put a little bit down. I knew that it was money that I was preparing to put down. It didn't work out. I just stopped right there. I just took a step back, watched them continue to go. That's the responsible way to do it, right? And I still had a good time. It was still a fun trip, and it was a fun moment. Definitely very funny to see all of this happen. But it's definitely something that's on my mind. It's definitely something that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to break down a little bit more with the whole way gambling addiction works. It really is kind of down to manipulation from the industry, from the casinos themselves, from online apps, whatever. You get that one win and you're just constantly chasing it again. But the point is, you're probably not going to get it again, and all of a sudden you've wasted all your money. You spent more than you actually won over a long period of time. Or and in extreme cases, right away. In extreme cases, like right away, right? With the whole like cartoon roulette situation, where like you end up just kind of throwing it all down, and you either double it or you lose it all, and then you end up losing it all, right? And that's how it basically just kind of can really spiral out of control into a really serious addiction. So you need to be absolutely careful. You need to be wary of it, because a lot of people just kind of do it on the side, like even like just sports parlays, and you put money down betting on games and stuff like that. It's like you're just kind of feeding that type of a mechanism in your brain constantly every day. And then it's only increasing the chances that you'll waste all of your money, that you end up being in a worse financial position because of this addiction. And it's not suitable. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve anyone around you. And increases the chance of all this happening, because you're constantly feeding that fire in your brain. And then when you get to that moment where you need to be responsible, it's only increasing the chance that you're just going to go and be as irresponsible and as reckless as possible, risking kind of the biggest chance that you're probably going to lose a lot of your money. And it's going to leave you with something that you're going to regret, because it's going to leave you with financial problems that you're going to have to overcome. With other drugs, it kind of hurts your internal systems, like you're killing yourself if you're doing like other specific drugs. With gambling, it's really more specific to, oh, you're actually just ruining like your finances, which is an important part of your life. You're ruining a super important part of your life if you can't keep this in check. So you're just like, when you're just doing the small things, you're just kind of feeding that exact mechanism where you're thinking about the risk taking, the rush and all that it brings you. So I'd say like just get rid of the online stuff, and whenever you have the chance, if you want to have some fun, yes, put a little bit down, enjoy it, but be very, very careful. And I'd say like, yes, it starts with something that you don't even realize is bad. Like it starts with just, yeah, the sports betting. You put $10 down on some bet that could give you like $100 if you win it, right? And sometimes you do win it, other times you don't, right? And that's why it's fun. That's why it's the rush, because of the uncertainty that is with it, right? That's the small thing that spirals out of control. It's the same with every other sin. It's the same with every other addiction. It's one small thing that can very easily spiral out of control. But it's something very, very different. It's a feeling. It's a feeling like you can't really explain it. It's like it's a feeling that really is something different than anything else that you really go through when you're gambling, when you're just putting it down, right? When you're throwing your money away, basically. Sometimes you do win it, and then you kind of be justified with it, right? But never, never, never be justified with a win by gambling, because it is something that is going to slowly over time just even itself out, let's say. The house will always win. And you go into it with that mindset, you can maybe have a better time. You can maybe have more realistic expectations, and you're not going to have your expectations shattered. And you're not going to waste as much money, probably. So that's what I'm going to say when it comes to gambling. It's just something that I've been thinking about. That's my kind of guidance. It's like just try, like, honestly, avoid completely all the online stuff. It's rigged so much more against you. And if you're going to go in person to some place, you need to be responsible, have a set amount of money, go in, have a good time, but don't let it spiral out of control. Understand what you're going to be dealing with. Understand the feelings that you're going to be overcome with. The feeling of wanting to put more money down when you lose the money, because you are going to lose the money. You need to not not bite at those feelings, right? Truly only go with money that you're willing to lose. And the second you start to cut into money that you probably shouldn't be willing to lose is the second that you have a really uncontrolled addiction that you should probably talk to someone about. And that's something you should probably do some rehab about, and you should probably take a very long break from the gambling, from trying to seek that rush. Find something else that is more fruitful in your life that actually gives you more benefit and doesn't waste your money rather than gambling. Find a hobby that is much more fruitful and fulfilling rather than something that is just, again, like the temporary quick fix that is the nature of addictive behaviors. That's all I gotta say for today. Just be wary about it. It's that simple. I'm kind of thinking about it. It's on my mind because of the things that happened. Hopefully these stories kind of give you some interesting perspectives on it, and obviously I encourage you to keep it in control because it is something that can really, really destroy many lives, and it has destroyed many, many people's lives because you just hear like the story of like the dad who has a family at home, and he goes out to gamble and he puts all of his money down and he risks it all, and all of a sudden he has nothing left and he has to come back home and he has to say, oh, I lost all the money at the casino, right? It's like, put the money down that you are willing to lose. However much that may be. It might be a lot of money. If you make a lot of money and you're willing to spend a lot of money on an expensive hobby, I think it's perfectly within reason. You need to be very careful though. You need to be very careful before things spiral so far out of control. You need to know your limits. You need to know your own mind. You need to know yourself, what your tendencies are, what your reactions to emotions are. And if you feel like, truly, if you feel like, oh, you have a bit of an addictive personality, you should probably just avoid it entirely. But if you feel like, yes, you're able to be responsible, be conscious in the moment, put a set amount down, enjoy it, but not go overboard, then I think it's perfectly okay. I think it's perfectly okay. But you need to know what you're getting into before you actually just kind of go all in, basically. So that's my piece on it. I'm not going to talk any more about it. I've kind of repeated some concepts again just to try and really hone the point home. Get that thing in your mind that yes, it is a bad thing that destroys the lives of many people, and it is a corrupt business, a corrupt system that destroys the lives of many people and is designed to just take your money, basically. It's that simple. Understand that. Understand what you're getting into. If you're going to have some fun, great. But know what the risks are, know what the consequences are. And keep control of yourself because it's very behavioral and it's very, very quick to just take you over and just completely control your mind entirely where it's to the point where that's all you think about. That's what happened with my friends, and that's why I'm sharing these things with you today on the show. Thank you for watching this episode of the 365 podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you definitely learned something. I hope that you learn to control some of your gambling habits as a result of watching this episode. Thank you for watching. Show your support in every way that you can. I would truly appreciate it if you were to like the video, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Spotify. I appreciate any way you can support the show. So show your support. Show that this episode was a good, meaningful episode, that you enjoyed it. I would appreciate anything that you could do, and I appreciate your time today, as I say and as I do every day. So I'm going to sign off now on this episode. Continue to glorify God every day throughout your life. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.